Good morning. For those who don't know me, I'm Ron Donaldson, a member of the Property Committee. Today I'd like to talk about the property ministry and how the recent lighting upgrades benefits Christ Church. Property ministry maintains this facility to be a safe, clean, and inviting, attractive place to worship, as well as being a community center. This facility represents, in part, who we are. I say this because we worship here and open our doors to numerous community activities. Property focuses on maintaining our church to be safe, attractive, and invite new members, and have our current members participate in the life of Christ while continuing Jesus' ministry of outreach. The recently completed lighting upgrade was planned, initiated, and executed to meet our mission statement. I would like to take a few minutes to tell how it came about and explain the benefits. This past January, Stan Billings, Mike Carroll, and I visited Elfinwild Presbyterian Church in Glenshaw to see how they air-condition their sanctuary. While there, we noticed many updates to the church lighting using energy-efficient LEDs. Their lighting update brightened the church offices, hallways, sanctuary, and fellowship hall type areas. A light went off in my head. NPC had some dingy lit areas due to our dated lighting and lights not working. This in part was due to the age of our fixtures and many different types of lamps used throughout the church. Discussing what we observed in the following February property meeting got the ball rolling. We discussed if it was feasible to complete a lighting upgrade or to do the lights one at a time when they burned out. Property felt either choice was good for the facility, but additional information would be required if we were going to do a complete upgrade. What we needed to know if we could use our existing fixtures or install new ones. New ones would be costly. Would we save on our electric bill? This was a yes. Were rebates available for a complete upgrade? No rebates would be on a one-on-one replacement. Cost for materials, lamps, wiring, fixtures, etc. Cost of labor versus doing the work in-house. Available funding for a complete upgrade. The one-at-a-time replacement would be normal maintenance. Should all or just part of the church be updated? Do we replace lamps with new when the old ones go out, or do the entire church at once? Time needed to do the total replacement. I volunteered to do the due diligence on the project, collecting the information and providing it to the property committee. Online information was referenced, as well as a call to West Penn Power. Here are some of the technical information, so please, no napping, okay? NPC was mostly lit with fluorescent-type lamps. This also includes compact fluorescent lamps, or CFLs. We also had high-pressure sodium lights in the parking lot and mercury vapor lamps in the arc. All of these lamps have ballasts. Ballasts consume energy, whether we have a lamp in them or not, and whether the light's working or not. What this means to NPC, in order to obtain the best result, each fixture with the ballast would need to be rewired along with the lamp for replacement. The only fixtures not requiring a rewire would be the screw-in incandescent lamps. Needless to say, this equates to a very lengthy lighting project and could also add to the project cost if we decided to use a contractor to do the replacements. Connect Energy, a lighting company, was contacted, and they came out and surveyed our facility. While Connect Energy Group was preparing a proposal, a group of volunteers did a trial lamp replacement in the church office during the spring cleanup in April. We did 10 office fixtures and 3 hallway fixtures. These fixtures all had 4 fluorescent lamps each and 1 to 2 ballasts in each fixture. It took a team of 5 about 4 hours to do the conversion. We learned some time-saving steps. When the trial was complete, it was felt the lamp conversion could be done with the NPC volunteers and save the cost of contract labor. However, we would still have to pay a contractor to replace the parking lot lights, as a bucket truck would be needed. This would be an expensive project, as the price came in around $6,300 for that. Then a bucket truck issue was resolved when Gary Robertson Jr. volunteered his services to replace them. Project issues were being resolved. Funding for the LED lights was still an issue. Mike Carroll, property chairperson, presented our findings to session, identifying the project scope, project cost, estimated 3.1-year payback, and a calculated $400 a month electric bill reduction. Mike also met with Stewardship and Finance Ministry to obtain the required project funding. Session approved the project. 3 companies were selected. City Lighting was one, Scott Electric another, and Connect Energy Group provided the pricing. Scott Electric provided the best overall cost, quality light, and service for the project. The first lamp order was placed in August, and the first light replacement workday was September 4th. We had 21 work sessions with 20 volunteers for this project. I cannot say enough about the volunteers on this project. Without them, this project would not have been completed in the 10-week time frame it took. A sincere thank you to all the volunteers who gave their time and their talent to make this successful undertaking for the benefit of the church. Now, here are some of the benefits that this has done. The church is now well lit, it's brighter, safer, and more inviting. Dingy areas were addressed, making the church more hospitable. The lighting illuminates some of the facility's attractiveness. Members participated in the life of Christ by volunteering. We continue Jesus' ministry of outreach by offering an attractive space for our community. Other benefits: being good stewards, we are saving energy and reducing our electric bill. Here's an example. If all of the old lights in the church were on at one time, we were consuming 63,148 watts of power. Compared to what the new lights would be being on at the same time would be 15,829 watts. That's a savings of 47,319 watts, or a 75% reduction. This reflects in a lower electric bill. All of the facility's lighting fixtures are working, including Common Ground that had many issues. The facility is safer by correcting many old fixtures having bad wiring, bad lamp holders, and/or incorrect wiring. We standardized the lamps as much as possible. There's no longer 8-foot lamps being used. We eliminated the ballasts so we do not have to stock them or replacement. The only exception is the sanctuary with the pendant-mounted lamps in the sanctuary. The lamps have a longer life than the old ones. An example is 10,000 hours on some of the old lamps versus 50,000 hours on some of the new lamps. This is less time needed to replace the lamps. Lastly, there was fellowship with the project volunteers. Now, there are still some areas that need fixture updates, and they will be addressed at a later time. The Planet Jupiter fixture at the bottom of Fellowship Hall stairs is a good example. Now, from what many have been waiting for is the lighting contest. Okay? Question number 1 was, how many fluorescent lamps, not fixtures, were in NPC before the replacement project started? The answer was 950. Sean Stewart guessed 850 without going over. Question number 2, how many LED lamps were installed in NPC? The total was 1,044, and Billy Moser guessed that at 904 lamps without going over. Would Sean and Tom, as representative for Billy, please come forward? We have a little presentation. Congratulations. Pass this on to Billy, please.
I will pass that on to Billy.
Thank you.